Now is not the time to retreat. Now is the time to put a stake in the ground for progress and for building the kind of North Carolina and the kind of country that we want and that we deserve.
Ken believes that we have a choice about what our future can be. And it doesn't need to be limited by our past.
There's an old saying that politics is too important to be left to the politicians. And I think Kenneth brings both a first-class mind and a first-class heart to the challenges and the opportunities of the U.S. Senate.
Ken Lewis is joyful, optimistic, and hardworking with a giant heart.
Kenny deeply believes that individuals have tremendous potential, and that if barriers are removed and structures are created to support that potential, that amazing things can happen for individuals and for the world.
This is a critical point in our history. There is a lot of suffering. We can do better as a nation. We can provide better health care. And I think Ken Lewis is committed to that effort.
We face a crisis in joblessness, both in America and North Carolina. Ken Lewis and his vision for North Carolina offers the opportunity to make real change.
Economic, development is a thing that's very personal to him, very real with him.
I know Ken as a person who's immensely interested in the potential of early childhood education to change lives and to interrupt cycles of generational poverty.
Whatever the problem, whatever the issue, I like the Ken Lewis approach.
He's a person who has always very consistently lived his life with the goal of using his skills and his talents to help others. And we need that kind of leadership.
North Carolina has been built on progress. We were the first state in the country to fund a public university. We had the foresight in the 50s to finance the building of the Research Triangle Park. North Carolina can again lead in innovation. We can create new jobs in clean technology, alternative energy, and biotech. I'm running for the United States Senate to strengthen the middle class, foster innovation, and promote progress for our state and for our country.
He comes from a family that, that instilled those values and lived that kind of life. And that's certainly what we need in politics today.
2 years ago, in 2008, a great energy swept our country. Many of you were involved in it. And you know that for the first time in a very long time, our politics actually rose to a different level. And our politics reflected our hopes and not our fears. For the first time in a long time, our politics reflected our dreams and not our differences. And our politics reflected a vision of the future, not the old, tired limitations of the past. I'm asking you to stand with me in building that new vision for the future and use this moment to move North Carolina and our country forward.